Let's also take a minute and look through the fast example from last lecture. Slightly different differential equation. dv by dt was negative 10 plus or minus the v squared over 5. And what is going on with this plus or minus? Well, remember the drag has to be in the opposite direction that the object is moving. So let's say the object was thrown up at the beginning. Then as it's going up, my dv by dt is going to be negative 10, and then the drag is going down, so it'll be negative. And then at some point it'll reach a max height, and after that max height, the object is going to be falling down. And so there, dv by dt will then be negative 5 plus v squared over 5. Negative 10 plus v squared over 5. So we have two different differential equations depending on what part of the trajectory we're in. Let's see if we can find a terminal velocity in this case. And we know that the terminal velocity happens when we're falling down. If we're going up, it makes no sense to have a terminal velocity because both the gravity and the air resistance are pulling down. So the terminal velocity has to come from the plus, but actually we don't even have to be that smart. We can just set dv by dt to be 0, and the math will take care of this. If we just set it to be 0 in this original equation, 0 equals negative 10, I'm going to write plus or minus. I know it's going to be plus eventually, but the math will figure this out for us, because then I get 10 equals plus or minus v squared over 5. 50 is plus or minus v squared. 50 can certainly not be negative v squared. That would be a negative or 0 number, so now I know it has to be the plus, which I knew from common sense anyways, but I can know it from the math if I don't want to think too hard at the beginning. Then I solve this. V is going to be the root of 50, which is 5 root 2. And then we would approximate to some decimal if we were using some word problem. So 5 root 2 or negative 5 root 2. And which one is it going to be? Here we have to think physics again. Terminal velocity means we're falling down. So I can't be, 5 root 2 would be going up. So I'm going to use this one.